All right, fellas, we're back. The last one got a little bit cut off, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna restart with the brawlers. This year during the draft, he gave him an A. I gave him a B plus. Looking back at his draft, how would you regrade the draft for him?
All right, draft-wise, I gave an A. I said, again, you know, he's been beset by injuries. He lost Peyton Manning, lost Kenny Britt, but he drafted Jones-Drew, drafted Forte. He's got Macklin. I'm not crazy about his team per se, but in terms of like on draft day, what he thought was going to happen, I think he drafted fairly well on draft day.
Raj, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Outside of his 4th and 5th pick, not longer on his team, he had a pretty decent draft. So I'd give him a B on the draft, B plus, same grade as last time. But all right. So now moving forward, the guy's 2 and 3.
All right.
Okay, he's had some tough games. He's going to get some tough. His 3 losses. One was to me, who's 4 and 1. One's to the Bombers, who are 4 and 1. So he's not losing the bumps like yourself, unfortunately.
Okay.
But you know, his 3rd loss was his own fault. He didn't start the right guys, but he's been starting all the right guys, averaging 120, 130 points a game. I think he has a lot of upside.
Yeah, under circumstances, I would say yes. For a 2 and 3 guy that's averaging 120 points, I mean that's good. But again, really quickly, we just kind of touched on this for a second. I want to kind of go back to it just to take a look at his draft again real quick. So in recapping his draft, how much can you kill him for Manning and Ocho Cinco?
I don't think you can kill him too much. I mean, Manning was already hurt. He could have gotten him much later. I think we stated that on the draft day. Could have gotten him much later if he was. But to draft a hurt Peyton Manning as your #1 quarterback, I think that if he doesn't draft Manning, he drafts either a different quarterback or a better or a position player. I think his draft is just that much better, and his team is that much stronger.
In his defense of the Peyton Manning draft, a couple of things. Manning was in the middle of the 2nd longest active start streak ever. #1. #2, the Colts did keep his injury very, very close to the vest. Like, no one knew that he wasn't going to start the opener until late.
Yeah, but still, you could have gotten him in the 6th, 7th round. I wasn't taking him until the 11th. I said if he was there in the 11th, I'll take him, but I wouldn't take him any earlier than that because it's the uncertainty factor.
Right.
The fact that he's still uncertain. He's coming in from a neck injury. As close as it was to the season, it was too much for me to handle, and it proved that he's not even hanging around. So I mean, I would say we can kill him for it, but we can definitely knock him down.
He knew. You're saying he knew. He knew he was dealing with injured guys.
Yeah, and if
the extent to it that
if he plays, I mean, his team's a hell of a lot different. He got Rex Grossman in there as a starting quarterback. You know, his backup quarterback's Matt Hasselbeck. He has to play the matchups now, and Rex Grossman is not flashy, but he's serviceable. So,
right. So again, if you put, you know, with him losing Britt, if Ocho Cinco gives you anything, if he gives you half, now he's giving you a quarter of what you thought you were going to get. If he gives you half of what you thought you were going to get, you got Ocho Cinco, Manning plays, and then you got Britt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a totally different team. That's a 4-1, maybe a 5-0 team. So yeah, again, with the Manning and Ocho Cinco thing, it's easy to kind of take a shot at him, but
he's got to play the matchups now, no matter what. Even with his bench, with Reggie Wayne and Ryan Matthews on the bench, you know, and he's having to start Haywood Bay. He's made a lot of free agent pickups due to either injury or just bye weeks. I think that he has to play the matchup right. I think he's strong enough to make the playoffs.
Okay, so you're looking at him as a playoff team. I don't think that Rex Grossman, I mean, again, Rex Grossman's one of those guys that teams always win in spite of. So I think that, I mean, and fantasy's no different. So if he's going to ride out Rex Grossman, I think he could be in trouble. But I'm going to say he's not going to make the playoffs because I don't like his wide receivers, and I'm not crazy about his quarterback. So I'm going to say he's not going to make the playoffs. Right. But moving forward, I mean, I would downgrade his draft from an A probably to a B.
And I would give him a B as well. Average, a little above average. I think he's going to be above average team. I think he's going to go a little streak, might end the season 7-6, and make the playoffs. I think.
All right,
moving on. The next team we graded was a playbook of Eli. You gave yourself a B minus. I gave you a B.
And this is I'm the team that basically has you know, the Bombers have been very vocal about the fact that I think it's my draft, that really has put into question our ability to evaluate drafts. So, unfortunately. So in retrospect, looking back at my draft, your thoughts?
The draft, I mean, your guys are underperforming, but one thing that you expressed concern when you drafted was your number one wide receivers, the two that you got, were in run-first offenses. And that has proven to be a deciding factor. Chris Johnson has underperformed. Frank Gore is starting to come around, but your Phillip Rivers has not performed well. And most of your team is straight off your draft, so there hasn't been any improvements or anything in that nature come to free agency. Why is that? Why haven't you decided to make any moves in the free agent market?
I would say it probably has to do with just good old-fashioned ignorance. That's probably the long and short of it. It's not that I don't. I wouldn't say that I don't know. I don't know. I don't work the waiver wire as good as other guys do. I don't know, like with the claims, when's a claim, who should I put my claim in for, who should I do that? I know it, but I don't know like who's worthy of this or who's worthy of that. So I guess I would say that, and again, evaluating my own draft, Johnson and Gore didn't even have contracts when I drafted them, so that was a risk. On the low side, that was a risk. On the high side, it was probably highly unintelligent. But again, last year, you could make a strong argument Phillip Rivers was the best quarterback in the league.
One of, I'll give you that.
And now he is not. So that's problematic for me.
He still has a lot of upside. You have your team, obviously, by name, you have B's. By performance, you have F's. You haven't broken 100. I can't give you more than an F. I'm sorry. I can't even give you an F plus. Is there such thing as an F plus?
I don't think so.
I don't know. But I got to give you an F when it comes to your draft. Moving forward, I'm going to give you the best grade I can and give you a D. That's the best I can do. Because,
this is brutal.
You have to break 100.
This is brutal. I understand.
You have to. I can't give you a grade higher. You got to make a waiver pick. You got to make a trade. You got to fucking sign a fucking agreement with the devil. You got to do something.
I do.
You got to break 100.
I do need to break 100. I do need to probably sign.
You're the worst scoring team ever. Ever.
This is. I'm the. And it's funny because last year I remember calling my team the Detroit Lions of fantasy football at some point, and I think that at this point I've now, well, obviously the Lions are good now, but I mean, I've moved beyond being a 1 year shit team. Now I'm a historically shitty team, so I'm like the 78 Bucks.
You're like the Pittsburgh Pirates, like 19 seasons of constant losing. I mean,
yeah, it's
you're
bad.
Building that tradition.
It's really, really bad.
So I'm gonna let you know right now. We'll discuss it another time. But if you go winless, there has to be repercussion of some sort. There has to be. You cannot. Yes, it has to be. I'm sorry. We have to discuss that another time, though.
I don't even know that I don't even know that I should be in the league if I go winless. That should be a thought, but
Okay. I hope not. I hope it doesn't come down to that. If you don't break 100 for the season, you can't come back. You can just commish.
all right.
If you don't break 100 at all this season.
That seems fair.
Okay. Okay.
Here's my other dilemma here. It's clear my draft's horrible, but I'd rather move on to another team than just get my balls broke for 4 minutes.
We had to do that for the fairness of the league. It had to be done. Because if somebody else, we'd be breaking their balls in 4 minutes. So it had to be done.
This kind of feels more like an intervention than it does like a recap of grades. Like I feel like you're coming to me and saying you're a, Okay, so
moving on.
So moving forward, I'm going to try harder, and if I don't break 100, you have my word. If I do not break 100, well, okay, hold on. If I go winless or don't break 100, I'm out of the league next year. I will commish.
Let's not do the winless part. Just to break 100. You don't break 100, you're out of the league. We'll do something else for the not winning.
For the
game.
winless?
Yeah, because I still want you around.
All right.
So let's move on. Bombers. Yeah, this is the one we got the most shit from, didn't we?
It's great that we're doing these back to back because, my grade was high and his grade was low and my team sucks and his team's good. And so now he's putting into question whether or not we can evaluate drafts, how much he knows about football. So, okay.
All right. Well, you gave him a D.
I did.
I gave him a C-, which is very close to a D.
Right.
Obviously, he didn't agree with our draft analysis of his team. Look at his team. He still has Michael Vick, who is clearly underperformed.
Okay.
All right. What do you think about the rest of his team?
Well, he got Darren Sproles.
Darren Sproles. We shit on Darren Sproles in the draft.
We did. And on that alone, I think this year, he deserves, clearly, he deserves a higher grade. There's no way around that. But, Darren Sproles was probably one of the, where did he even get Darren Sproles? That's what I think. Darren Sproles.
Last.
He drafted Darren Sproles dead last in his draft. And Darren Sproles.
176.
Darren Sproles having a good year.
He's having a decent year for where he's playing, etc.
For Mr. Irrelevant, he's having a fantastic year.
The guy's doing some things. He's getting them averaging for about 17 points a game for him, so he's not doing terrible. Originally I was against his Marcus Colston pick. I was against his Greg Jennings pick, and I'm still. Well, Greg Jennings still is having a very good year. He's having a better year than Andre Johnson, who's hurt, but injuries you clearly can't. He's having a better year than Larry Fitzgerald, Roddy White. So he's the number 2 wide receiver, and he was picked as such. But Calvin Johnson was picked after him, etc. So is Greg Jennings doing things for him? Would I have drafted Michael Vick in the first round? Today, still no. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have done it then. I wouldn't do it now. Santana Moss is performing for him. Where I think his weakness is, he's got a good quarterback, decent quarterback. He's got good wide receivers. I think his weakness is running back.
Okay, hold on. We have to stop this because here's my problem. And this is what got him upset the first time, and we're continuing that trend. We cannot justify why we gave him his grades. We have got to. The guy's 4-1.
He is.
So you tell me why he's.
And his only loss came to me, and I'm 4-1.
Okay. So what? Why is he 4-1?
His team is I don't want to say overperforming, but they're performing at high levels. Greg Jennings is actually.
Who's overperforming?
Santana Moss and Darren Sproles. When he's drafted last, that's like, let me take a flyer on this guy. And he's overperforming, being drafted 176. He's playing like he should have been drafted in the top 50.
Right.
So, his guys are overperforming, and hopefully for his sake, they'll keep it up. He does have a solid team. Looking back now, he has a solid team. He has solid wide receivers. Rob Gronkowski, he's doing okay in New England. I don't know if he's doing as well as Hernandez, but he's doing all right. He's averaging 4 catches a game. Hasn't done well the last 2 weeks, but he played Oakland and New York. So his team is performing. If he gets the performance out of Michael Vick that he was expecting, he is going to be a team to reckon with come playoff time.
Right.
Right now, with Michael Vick underperforming.
Do you know how Vick did the week that you lost to him, or he lost to you?
I think he had a couple turnovers. Let me see. I think it was week 2.
So had Vick performed in the way, you know what I'm saying?
Vick's underperforming. He's got, let me see, Michael Vick. He's 0. Let me see. What is it? 2 TDs. But he has 3 interceptions. He has 7 interceptions. I think he has something like 11 turnovers this season. He's averaging. The week he played me, I believe he only scored 8 points against the Giants.
So, and again, listen, in fairness to him, so then that kind of makes his draft seem even better. He did get lucky with Sproles, I'll give him that. He took him, so you can say,
he just got to hope that his running backs continue to perform at their level. If that happens, if they're performing at the level they are now,
and then Vic picks it up.
If Vic picks it up, he'll be an A no matter what.
And I think that the Eagles are destined to make the playoffs.
Think so.
I do, and I just think they're destined to. And I think that Eddie's team is going to be better late than they were early. I really think that Vic's going to have a better late season than early season. And let's say it's just knocked out. Let's say he just tries to freewheel too much and somebody just takes his head off and he's out for the season. They're good. He's going to perform better late. So that may make his team.
And he traded for Beanie Wells. So Beanie Wells getting into a starting lineup. He has a solid team to go back to his draft, how he drafted and who he drafted. I'm gonna upgrade obviously to a B. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with because I still don't like the Marcus Colston, Sidney Rice pick, but you have guys that he drafted late, such as Santana Moss, Malcolm Floyd, and Darren Sproles who are performing overperforming. So that's making up for the deficiencies in
Alright.
Marcus Colston and Sidney Rice.
So you're going with a B.
Going with a B to redo his draft. Moving forward, I'm going to go with the A minus, especially with B.D. Wells coming back into his lineup.
I'm going to go with a B plus on the reevaluation, up from a D, and then again, moving forward an A. You did great, buddy. You're good. You're very good at fantasy football, substantially better than me. So
Alright.
keep up the good work.
Moving on, Dallas Convicts.
Should we?
What's up? What do you want to do? Let me go check it.
Let's do that. Is it even on still?
It's recording. We're 15:38 in.
Do you think we should stop and start? Yeah. Just be on the same side. We'll lose 15 minutes if we